Welcome to the podcast, episode 15. No, that's gay. We don't have Scott, thank God.
Thank God that Guido,
man,
motherfucker.
Damn, we're on 15 already. That's great. That makes me feel really good.
Is that sarcasm? Or?
Big man Andrew Nordog. We call him Twon. He's the man with no shirt, replacing Scott forever. Just kidding. For today, episode 15.
I can put a wig on.
If you got a wig, that'd be kind of cool.
Be kind of lady titty.
I don't know if I have a wig.
Damn. That's kind of
Don't lie
fucked
to
up.
us. We don't lie on this podcast. It's
You don't have
only
a wig? What is that, homophobic?
Oh? Nah, we're not homo. That's gay. Being homophobic is super gay.
Yeah, so true.
All love here.
I mean, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
Will fucking Smith.
Will Smith,
One
Chris
full
Rock.
retard. One
Just
full
happened.
retard. That's what he did.
I used to work with a guy named Will Smith, but it wasn't the real one.
Oh, damn, dude. That's crazy.
Dude,
That's crazy, Twan.
this
Just a
dude
regular guy.
slap a dude in front of millions of people.
He sure did.
Not as hard as Big Will.
This is a crazy time for all Will Smiths. I mean, I'm sure that guy's getting some heat too. I mean, you see, like, there's a headline. Apparently, there's some like politician also named Will Smith, and he's getting like all these threats on Twitter and stuff. And he's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I saw a Will Smith that was a game developer, and he was like, "I'm not the same Will Smith, man."
Yeah,
One on
yeah,
Twitter.
dude, everyone's catching it.
It's a pretty
Yeah.
common name, I think.
That's true. I mean, it is a very common name.
I'm not
I
even
mean,
joking.
wasn't the guy from Pocahontas named Will Smith? Or no,
John.
that was John. That was John Smith.
John's.
Yeah.
Close, BK. Very close.
Way more white. Not close at all.
This weekend with Pocahontas.
Will, John, probably top two names for white males.
Is Will Smith's name his real name, or is that a moniker? That's a dumb question, but
Usually,
like-
if you come up with a moniker, isn't it supposed to have way more gravitas than like the most basic white or basic male name of all time?
Whoopi
I feel like it's
Goldberg.
too basic to be a moniker,
Just whitewashing.
but I
himself,
could be
don't know.
wrong.
What's Will Smith's real name? Let's look it up. It's probably just Will Smith.
Them dumb like Brandon Kennedy.
So true.
That would be sick. Oh.
Really? He had to change his name. Stat. Change that shit.
Hey, if this pod takes off, I'm changing my name to Will Smith. So
Yo, Will Smith's name is Willard Smith,
Yep. I thought it
not
was
William.
and he was born in Philly. You know that? Hell yeah,
Yeah,
PA, gang, baby.
You thought it was an act? Wow.
He's actually the Fresh Prince of West Philly, Bel Air.
That's crazy, dude.
Not
Yeah.
anymore.
No,
Yes.
not no more.
Philly just owned him after that.
Or sided with him. This dude's hard. Philly's sides with the fucking
Really? You think so?
display of defending.
He cried during his whole Oscar-winning speech.
They had to
Like,
cut away because he was blowing snot bubbles, man. He was a mess. Because it's probably the last time he's going to speak publicly.
Was there actually a snot bubble?
Yeah,
Actually, what?
they cut away, and then like when they cut away, you heard him say, "I just blew a snot bubble. I hope they didn't show that."
Hilarious.
That's so hard. That's that Krispy Kreme energy when he had that rap video, Krispy Kreme's what was that song? He just had like snot rolling out his nose. The whole entire-
Of them all.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good
Yeah.
video.
That just means he's so hard. I think Will Smith comes out on top on this whole thing. Chris Rock, like he wouldn't do anything. He wouldn't press charges because he understands the game. He right after he got slapped, he's just like, "This is the greatest night of television ever." He knew he was part of a moment of history.
I was so impressed how well he like carried on and played it off. Like he didn't even skip a beat. I mean, yeah, he was shocked a little bit, but to turn it into like a joke right after, that's
Dude's a professional. He's a professional getting slappered. Slappy.
yeah. Yeah, something's going on though. He's
I don't know.
unhinged.
Sales got
Will.
boosted up, so
What got boosted up?
his sales
Sales of what?
tickets.
Will Smith action
Tickets.
figures.
Tickets. Will Smith on ice.
Oh, Chris Rock.
Oh, Chris Rock tickets. Oh, okay.
They just act out like the whole slapping on stage on ice.
Damn, that would rock.
It's like all the best moments. Kanye interrupting Taylor Swift and Will Smith acting Chris Rock.
The only good things that come out of award shows are just those blacked out, freak out moments that just make for good TV. Absolutely. Kind of shifting the gears a bit. There's this dude, Dwee, you showed me him, Joel Haver. He did a whole live stream during the Oscars to like challenge people to just make a movie instead of watching the Oscars. Dude's just a legend. He like live streamed the whole thing, but he was just like, the challenge was to just like only film the parts during the Oscars time frame, so it was like a 3-hour time frame. And then there were just a bunch of YouTubers like Churdleys that were just like doing just crazy stupid shit in this live stream of a movie being filmed. Pretty inspirational. It's not.
Did you get on it?
Did I what?
Podcast and get in on it?
No, I didn't. I can't make it.
I think you missed the opportunity.
You're right. We could have. Damn. But he also has this one video called Insaneo Style. And the premise of this video is that he's trying to get this phrase to be a part of like a cultural phrase like sicko mode to get saying like Insaneo style to things.
Cool
And in
face.
the video, he's just like going to like he's like filming some shit with some random friends and like he'd like throw in Insaneo style, like, yo, that shit's Insaneo style. People be like, what? Like, what are you saying? It's a whole 20-minute video of him doing that bit of trying to like make this phrase a thing. And then at the end of the video, they're like, bro, like, Insaneo style will never be a thing. That sounds like you should just go to Bunko Town with that. And then everyone laughs at like Bunko Town instead of Insaneo style. But now I'm an Insaneo style stan. Moist Critical's Charlie says it a few times in his stream, and I just die laughing because he's just referring to calling shit Insaneo style. But I think Twon, you're pretty Insaneo style.
I think I could make that work. Or Dwee could adapt his climbing style to be Insaneo style when people are like, cool. Who do you model yourself after?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So true. I follow Joel Haver on Letterboxd, and he actually writes very good reviews. Some of them are very funny, but the other ones are actually very insightful, which is very cool.
I don't know what Letterboxd is.
I'm a big Letterboxd fan right now. You guys aren't on Letterboxd? Fucking up.
Is that like a subscription service to get like letters?
Yeah. Well, no, it's a service to like review movies.
Oh,
okay.
Like a social media movie review. Shit, what do you say about the Batman?
From Morbius, that was pretty badass.
Morbius fucking sucks. But we'll talk about that in a bit.
Is that out already?
April 1st. Because it's a joke of a movie.
Wow, the stars align.
Yeah, man. Dude, you guys aren't. Everyone's on Letterboxd nowadays. That's a new hip thing to do is make funny reviews of movies on Letterboxd.
Wow.
You know what I actually heard is pretty fucking sick is a new Michael Bay movie. Dude, I'm trying to see that.
It looks cool. It looks like the other movie, The Town.
Oh, I get that.
The Town's a great movie. Town is great. One of what's his name's best?
Batman.
Batfleck.
Yeah,
Batfleck's best movie. I think that's his best. Wait, no, is that a Batfleck movie? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
that's his best directorial debut, man. Well, not directorial debut, but it's his best
directed movie.
Yeah.
He should have kept the Boston accent for Batman. Then they would have kept.
That would have been tight.
The
yeah.
whole DC universe,
just
to set them apart. Like, wait, is Gotham in Boston? And they're like, don't think about it. Just
Ben
Affleck.
Don't think about it. He's Boston. Hell yeah, dude.
On, what you drinking on? What you eating on? Show us what you made.
It's Jameson and Sprite.
Oh, okay.
Sláinte, Twon, Sláinte.
Yeah, dude, check this out. We just went
Gold monkeys.
Oh hell yeah, Jess!
Brittany, first woman on the pod. Woo! Second.
Sláinte, Twon, Sláinte. Hell yeah. Love that for you.
Dang, you see that?
Calm
This is
down.
the most female energy we've had on the pod yet. This is
Here's your butt.
this is a groundbreaking moment.
Instead of watching the Oscars, I had a couple people in my house. We were watching Real Rock, which is a REEL instead of REAL, which is a
You're on the
like
rock.
it's a movie festival for climbing documentaries. So they like premiere like 4 movies every year about different like climbing things.
What's
really
the
good
music for climbing? Is it like Levels by Avicii? Every time they get higher, just like builds and builds.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
That's
No,
what they
like
play at the rock climbing gym on repeat.
The movies were really good. The movies were really good. The one of them was about these dudes who like specialize in crack climbing. So it's like a crack climbing is like just like a width, right? Like this, it runs along and it stays the same kind of width, and you have to like put your hands in the middle to like jam it in there, and you put your feet in there too. And
they're like free, right? Free climbing?
No, these people are like on ropes and stuff, but it's still hard. It's like trash. You have to like put gears in, but they're like trying to find the best crack climbing possible in the world. And they live in the UK, and this was like during the pandemic, so it was like not easy to get out and do stuff because the UK is pretty locked down. So the one guy gets obsessed with trying to find like the best crack climbing because they found like a small bridge that goes over like a stream, right? And it's like, you know, maybe like a couple of yards, but there's a crack under the bridge that you can climb the whole way through, which is very cool. And he's like, I can find better than this. So he looks around like Google Maps, asks a bunch of people until he finds this one bridge. It's on a highway, like it's an interstate bridge, right? And in the middle of that bridge is a crack that's like the perfect size. And that crack runs 3 miles long. And they're like, we're climbing this. A 3 mile long crack, upside down, horizontal. It takes them 4 days. So they'll climb, they'll like set up a sleeping
like
cot
a tent, a hanging tent, or something.
like a hanging like thing, and they'll sleep at night, wake up, and go back to doing crack climbing. And they would talk about how like during the day, like if big trucks drove through, the cracks would get wider or smaller, and their hands could get stuck in there, or like they'd fall out. And it's crazy, dude. 3 miles long. They'd have to get someone at night to come up to where they were. They drop down a rope, and that person would bring them food and take their like shit and piss and stuff. Super cool, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some gnarly shit. I watched that one climbing documentary like 2 weeks ago. The guy is called 14 Peaks on Netflix, and he climbed like the 14 tallest mountains in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I think in like 7 months or something. But that guy was kind of a fucking maniac.
Oh, yeah.
I just liked his accent. I don't know what it was.
You should watch the Dawn Wall.
Oh, I don't know what that one is.
Let's see where it's out. Is
that
really
like
good.
alpine climbing, or is that like type of climbing you do?
Actual climbing. But the Dawn Wall is like a face on Yosemite. I could be wrong. Hold up. Yeah, on Yosemite, on El Cap of Yosemite. It's called a Dawn Wall because when the sun rises in the morning, this is the first like face that it hits, in the whole park.
And they climb
so it's like illuminated, like you can see it. Like this is the one climb that's there. You know what I mean? It's lit up. And it's about Tommy Caldwell and Kevin Jorgensen. And Tommy Caldwell is like goated climbers of all time, like insanely good climber, just technically strong and everything. And he talks about like his journey on climbing the wall, right? And also his past. This dude has been climbing since he's been like 8 years old, right? And when he was like, I think it was like 14 or something, him and a bunch of people, this was like in the early 2000s, went over to, I think like Afghanistan or Iran to climb a bunch of mountains over there because they're like really beautiful. And their whole group gets kidnapped by like resurgence. And at one point,
oh shit,
yeah, they get kidnapped for a couple of days. And at one point,
oh my god,
they like they talk about how like the surgeons didn't really know the layout that much, and they got lost, and they took them around in circles because they didn't know what to do with actual hostages. Like they were like not that smart, but they still had guns, so like obviously they're still held hostage.
They're
and at
like,
one point,
you're climbing. We're just gonna take
right.
you.
And at one point,
snatched right off the mountain face.
the two insurgents split up, and like one of them held the group together, and Tommy pushed him off of the mountain, and then they made a break for it. And this was when he was like,
God.
I think this was when he was like 14 years old. So imagine you've been kidnapped at 14 for a couple of days, and you thought you just killed a man to save you and a bunch of people, and you got away. Like how like the mental toll that takes on a fucking 14-year-old must be insane. You know what I mean? Like just unreal.
Damn, dude.
You didn't do that? I did that.
So true.
I was there. I told Jesse to do it.
You were there. That was so
true. That was us, actually. That was us.
Yeah, that was all of us.
I'm still mentally all there, I think, maybe.
The people they cut away to and interviewed in the documentary, they like blur their face and change their voice. That's why.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, man. Spawn, what's your take on climbing? You ever go climbing?
I don't think I've ever gone like legit rock climbing. I've definitely done like the walls before. It's pretty cool.
I don't think I've ever brought Twon climbing. I feel like I brought everybody else climbing. I don't think I brought BK climbing either.
I went with you and Choff one time.
Oh, yeah.
But like you and Choff were like kind of. It was before you got super into it, and you were Choff. You and Choff, I think, were on like similar levels, and you guys went and did your own thing, and I was kind of off on the side.
They're like,
we're just having fun. Like, if you can,
we don't know them. We don't know that.
Yeah, there's like
have fun climbing the little hill.
Yeah, basically, there's a skill gap that inferred that I would be off doing my own fucking thing while you guys were.
That's because you're the one who looks like Tarzan.
Yeah,
pretty much.
He had the natural ability.
No, his hair wasn't that long at that time.
Why do I have like a recollection of watching a Disney movie when I was young, and there's a scene where someone's rock climbing, and then there's someone inside the fucking wall like pulling the holds out to the inside, and then I saw that and I thought that's how like actual rock climbing was, like when you went to a gym or something, like the holds came and just like got sucked inwards, and I'm like, that's freaking tough.
I think you made that up.
No, I swear to God. Yeah, I think it was definitely like a Disney movie. It was like a cartoon, and
I definitely don't know of any Disney movie that's like that. But I think you're thinking of that hit Nickelodeon reality game show.
Oh yeah,
Legend of the Hidden
Temple. That
Temple.
one was good too.
Yeah,
that was also a great show. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're actually just thinking of Temple Run, the popular iPhone game.
Yeah, thinking of Temple Run. You got it all mixed up.
You had to collect coins and jump over ruins.
Yeah, how'd you get it that far off, BK? You're crazy.
All cultural icons.
Yeah, for real. I have another topic to discuss. What the hell is up with Delta 8, Delta 10 free weed? I bought this cartridge. It's called Delta 10. You can get it at a smoke shop for free. It's a free cartridge, but it's weed. And
free?
Apparently, no, not for free.
Oh, I thought you said it's free.
That'd be dope. Nope, it's just a regular cartridge. It's not CBD. It's THC, but like the chemical structure is a little different to make it legal, so we can legally sell it in just like gas stations and shit.
Huh. I haven't heard of. I have no idea.
Yeah, the popular one's called Delta 8, but I bought this one, Delta 10.
They have a whole Delta 8 setup at Park City Mall.
Yeah, right? I thought Delta 10 would be stronger because it's a higher number, bigger high, but no, I looked it up and Delta 10 is weaker. Why would they misbrand something like that? I'm a sue for false advertising the whole industry.
I want Delta 1000, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to turn up to. Am I right, my guy, dude?
Flying Delta 10M. Did you say there's THC in it, or no? It's just CBD.
No, it's just chemically different from THC by like one like carbon molecule or something.
Yeah, isomers, BK.
Isomers, yeah.
Oh fuck, isomers.
Brandon, I thought you were a scientist.
No.
BK's not a
I'm
chemical.
pharmacist.
BK's not a chemie.
Oh yeah, you're mechanical.
No,
Yeah,
I took
I'm not.
2 chemistry classes in college.
Wait, could you make that?
Yeah, dude. Give me a couple of days.
Can you synthesize that?
You just
I
need to
got
get
you,
some
dude.
tea, and get some weed, and then combine it with some carbon atoms.
Yeah, I got you, my guy.
And then it's free to sell.
Yeah, man. Oh damn! All right, we still have things I wrote down that we didn't get through last week.
We have some crazy shit. We can get there when we talk with Scott about it.
Okay.
Crazy shit. My past week has been kind of crazy. BK, it's gonna blow your mind.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Just friends have been visiting. Previous guests of the pod. Johnny came through literally a week ago after the pod. That's why I didn't play the chess game.
Yeah, I talked to Johnny about that.
Yeah, we're super jelly.
Yeah, he went to a show in bumfuck nowhere, like northwest of Philly, called Nectar, a prog rock band with his coworker chefs, and they literally left this show early because of how bad it was and how weird the crowd was. They said there was this one dude that was probably on the spectrum a little bit, like talking to them the entire night, trying to smoke weed with them and give them weed, and they would just creep them away. So we ended up meeting up at a all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue place at 10:15, but they closed at 11, and I did not get my fill
Your
of
money's
meat.
worth. Yeah, you had 40 minutes, dude. They barely had that shit heated up by the time you were
I was ready to pound.
They were probably over. They're also pissed off.
Yeah, we stayed a little late too, and they're like, "Get these fuckers out of here."
These Chinese people are like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna kill these white folks."
They're literally gonna fucking call the fucking.
Jesse, you just got grouped in with them. Like...
Yeah, and I was like, So that was my Tuesday, and then the day after, Caleb comes through to visit a friend that he partied with in Miami. Like, he didn't even go to school with this guy. He met him through a friend of a bachelor party in Miami, and they vibed so hard that they wanted to link up again, and Philly was the place. And we meet up at this taco place in West Philly. This dude like owns property in like Egypt, and the other guy's buying like a penthouse in the dude's friend in like Chinatown, talking about like meme stocks and shit. And I'm talking about NFTs like I usually do. And these guys, like, they're balling.
They eating it up.
They buy your NFT?
No, I tried to tell them about it, and they're still like, it's so hard to like. I mean, I'm not trying to sell my NFTs. I'm just trying to like tell people about them. And
the word.
Spread the good word.
If you screenshot your NFT, you can spread the word.
Yeah. I forget the hook of that story, but it was just crazy to have two people visit previous guests. And then Thursday night, I play soccer. First game in an intramural league in Philly. And I bump into somebody from our past that played soccer with us that will blow your mind.
Trying to think who's in the fucking Philly area. From was it Nathan Hale?
No.
Oh shit! I was thinking back to one story of you.
It wasn't that. It was Bajmir.
Oh, Bajmir.
Classic, dude.
I don't know, dude. Ew.
It was Jack Sheeran.
Hey, long time enemy of the pod.
Oh my god!
Enemy number one of the pod.
He will never be it. Never, dude. Never.
Did you fight him, Jesse?
Did you say to him, "Hey, dude, I got a podcast and with Brandon, and you're never coming on."
Yeah, and we're gonna rip on you so hard.
So he's on the other team.
How's he doing?
He's not on
the other team. You didn't break his goddamn legs.
I'm playing against him.
Tackle his ankles,
dude. I'm playing against him, and I'm
just
and I like bump into him on the field. I'm just like, what the fuck, Jack Sheeran? So we talk to each other. We talk to each other in sidelines, just catching up. This dude is literally a block away from me. He lives on 13th and Morris. I live on 12th and Morris.
Oh shit, 13th and Morris.
It's crazy.
Oh, is that now? You guys gotta hang out. Now you gotta.
Yeah, right.
Did you find Evan yet?
Did I what?
Did you find Evan yet?
Did I find Evan? No, he's in North Philly, man. Your brother, he's on the other parts of town, but maybe I'll bump into him at a rave on Thursday or something.
Yeah, we don't fuck with Evan.
No.
Yeah, north.
We can hate Jack all we want, but I gotta stand by Jack because he's a fellow short king, and we can't turn on each other. It's impossible.
Every short king.
Every short king, we gotta stick together.
Damn, yeah, you guys win the game.
Yeah,
did you beat his ass?
Beat his team. My team beat his team. It was actually kind of cool.
Was it sick?
I didn't score any goals. He was playing center back the entire game too.
Yeah, he's a defender.
Yep, he was defending for sure. I had one close goal or close almost goal that I just did. My positioning's always just so out of whack, and like I went for a dummy turnaround when it was coming towards me because I thought I was right. The goal was right behind me, but it ended up being like a few feet like off the goal.
You like your dummy turnarounds. I could see. Yeah. I could visualize you doing that
right pancake?
Now.
Say what?
Did you have any opportunities for the pancake?
The pancake, bro.
That was like
I would break my own ankles trying to do that.
That was a move that kind of like it was kind of like I don't know, like a reaction you had that you did accidentally, but it happened enough that you just coined it.
Yeah, Scott would always go off the side.
Just a strange way you would receive a ball, and it got coined as a move, and it could be effective.
So what you're saying is he's effective at receiving balls.
Yeah, so true. Yup, got him there. Fuck you, Scott. We're talking about Scott right now, right? Yeah, fuck you, Scott. Anyway, for our listeners, Jack Sheeran has a bit of some dark history with Brandon that we could go into if Brandon wants to.
Dude, first high school girlfriend? It's rough stuff. I don't know if I
Bring the beef out. Bring the beef out. Come on.
All right, so this motherfucker.
Go on. They want to hear it, man.
Keep my ex-girlfriend's name out of your motherfucking mouth.
Basically, I slapped the fuck out of Jack Sheeran. He made a G.I. Jane joke.
G.I. Jane? Well, he called Ali Swim G.I. Jane and then took her from me.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if she shaved her head at one point, though. She kind of was that type of hoe.
Vibe?
To pull something.
Show thing, bro.
Not saying like that type of hoe to get alopecia, but like that type of hoe to say like, cool, I could rock a pixie cut.
Do you just catch that, or do you develop it? Like, how does that work?
You catch it like a baseball.
Hang out with the wrong crowd, and you catch alopecia.
It's airborne.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Or comb with someone.
No, I heard. Ali Swope's mother is also in the mortgage business and would like rub elbows with my dad at points.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they would like work together, and my dad would. He kind of was like, this bitch is kind of crazy. He would like come home and say like, her mother was kind of a character too. But I think she was at one point like engaged to some Russian dude, and that like didn't work out. They called it off, and then she.
Is that why the war is happening?
I think so. And then this whole invasion happened, and you know, no one's seen Ali for the past like 2 months, and yeah,
no one? Yeah. She disappeared.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I think she got poisoned by Putin, dude.
Holy shit!
And she's on the front lines.
Yeah.
She's in Kiev. She's in Kiev as we speak.
Literally G.I. Jane.
Undercover.
Was that what G.I. Jane was? That took place in the Ukraine?
I think so. I think it was pretty much like Black Widow, but like more America.
Yeah.
More shaved heads, less red hair.
Yeah, something like that.
I should watch that movie like tonight.
No, you don't need to.
No, I mean, pass.
I like Russian women, so I liked it, but not a Marvel movie. There's a reason why it's on Disney Plus and not in.
No. I'm talking about G.I. Jane.
Oh,
Black Widow was garbage, dude. That movie
yeah, for real.
Yeah, that movie sucked.
I'm sure the same thing could go for G.I. and I'm pretty sure it's nothing worth watching. That's why Will Smith got so angry. If it was a better war movie, maybe he wouldn't have slapped the shit out of Chris Rock.
He's insecure about the quality of G.I. Jane as a film.
Yeah,
that's what he's
so that was the motive.
That's what I'm saying.
That probably makes sense. I could go for some like buff Demi Moore though. She was a looker.
I agree. So yeah, I told him about the podcast, and he was like, "Dude, everyone and their mother has a podcast nowadays." I'm just like, "Oh really? You know someone else has a podcast?" And he goes, "No, I actually don't." I'm just like, "Hey,
sounds about right, you fucking rat."
Got him.
He's like, "Oh yeah, can you listen to my podcast too, by the way?"
Yeah.
Thank God we don't live in like LA or something. Then every interaction you have is just everyone pitching podcasts to each other. And just,
that's what I heard about people from LA. It's just like people pushing their own shit, and no one has like genuine, real interaction, friends, and everyone there is suppressed. But it could be just from the people that I knew who talked about the shit.
I feel like
we should ask Ian that next time if he's like met people who are constantly like or met a bunch of people with podcasts. It's still like West Coast culture though.
His friend Leo from LA, I think maybe.
Leo does not have a podcast. There's no way, unless it's about harassing women.
So the next day, I had another friend visit in Philly. It was a crazy week I've had. I had friend of the pod, but doesn't know about the pod. Brian Bowie, our friend, our only.
I saw those videos. Was he in Philly? What was he for?
Bowie, his cousin Justin has friends from Dallas visiting Philadelphia because of March Madness.
And because of March Madness, what game?
They were there. It was like semifinals, and all these college teams are here in Philly, so they went to see the games. Got day drunk, got so hammered, and fucking white dudes from Dallas. This one dude, fucking character. His name's Connor from.
Wait, did they go to the St. Peter's versus Purdue game?
I forget which one specifically.
I heard St. Peter's was cleaning up.
Dude, I watched that game. It was a great game. Yeah, they did go for that one. Friday, this past Friday, right?
Yeah, it was Friday. And then
hell yeah, dude. St. Peter's versus Purdue. That was a sick ass game.
Yeah, these Dallas boys, they were just like filled to the brim with all alcohol in their Airbnb, and we were just like drinking nonstop. Justin ends up in bed at 10 p.m. on Saturday. After
that's Justin every day.
It's like a reasonable time to be in bed.
After trying to fall asleep at the pizza place and dipping his pizza in the espresso that we got him to try and get him to rally.
That's what that video was. That makes more sense now. I get these snippets. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is happening, man.
And they were all so short. It was like 3 seconds of a Snapchat, and it was just Bowie showing off his bracelet.
Yeah, man.
He's like, they don't give these to anybody.
It's so true, man. It's actually like it was surprising that he got one of those candy plur bracelets, and it's saying "Big Dick Energy" for no reason. Literally,
where did you guys catch that huge chair in the GroupMe picture? That ginormous chair he was sitting in.
That was
that Little Italy
Airbnb in the
Airbnb. In their Airbnb. What the fuck?
Massive
shit.
That was the third bed.
Dude, that's where Justin passed out after pizza. It was just in the big
chair. Dude, I love how Justin can't hang.
Okay, he did hang Friday night. After we got banger ramen, Friday night we linked up. We took an Uber down to Xfinity Live, where I went with you, Twon. The only time I've been there. Good times there. We try and link up with them before it closes. We get the Uber, and in the Uber ride, we're just like drunk after this rave, and just saying our shit, like planning for the next day. Bowie's trying to get weed, and then the Uber driver's just like, "Yo, I'll pull over right now. You guys should check out my shit." And we're just like, "Okay." He pulls over. He goes to his trunk, pulls out a Gucci box that he has weed in to like try and sell us right there, and.
Where's
Allegedly, he's just like, I'll give you 2/8 for $50, and I'm just like, all right, yeah, like fuck it, like we'll consider that. I like give him the money, and I like look at the weed, and then he literally doesn't have a scale, so I'm eyeing it out. This shit is short at least 2 to 3 grams from the 2/8 he promised. I'm just like, bro, I can visualize, I can feel the.
That's why you always carry a scale on you, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, what the fuck?
On you.
This man was just a novice amateur Uber weed dealer. So we take it, and right before we're about to bounce, I'm just like, I can't give you $50 for this. Like, I'll give you 40 max. And then he's just like, nah, man, at 50. I'm just like, all right, I never mind then. And when we stopped for him to show us, it was right next to a Wawa. So Justin went and picked up some blunt wraps during that pause. But right before we left for Xfinity Live, I'm just like, nah, and you take my money back and give him back the bag. And he's just like, well, we still got these blunt wraps. Like, what are we gonna do with them? He's just like, all right, I'll just give you a little weed, just to roll the blunts. So we got.
That's so nice of him.
So
dude, you should
nice.
have bought the weed, man. He was being, come on, bro.
Nah, man, but it was just me and
cheap
Justin
piece
going
of
back
shit.
and forth. We're just like, yeah, this weed. He was just like, what do you think of it? We're just like, honestly, kind of mid, bro. Like, it's kind of light.
Dude, you told me I was Uber. It's definitely mid. It's definitely mid.
We were roasting his weed, and he gives it to us for free, and we don't end up picking it up from him. But the cherry on top, Justin leaves his wallet in the Uber after we.
No!
Oh shit!
And then we have to call this guy. I got his number to like plan a deal the next day, but we never got around to it. We just
you have to buy the weed then, right?
Like, yeah, we're supposed to, but like we don't.
Oh man, what the hell, dude?
When he gets his wallet back too, we pull up to the entrance and it's 1:32 a.m. He's just like, we don't let anyone in after 1:30. Even after we tried to get in at like 1:20.
Oh man!
When he didn't have his wallet to like show the ID, it was crazy. A crazy story. But we scored it big. We got high as hell that night. It's free weed.
Poor Justin. At least you guys got lifted.
There's nothing, dude. The buoy bloodline losing items in places.
Yeah,
oh
it's
my
just
god, it's so strong. It's so strong. It's unreal.
Oh, during this whole time too, I tell Bowie about the podcast, and then he was just like, "What podcast?" I'm just like, "This will be pretty funny." I'm just like, "Never mind. I'm kidding to you. I'm joking. We didn't start a podcast, whatever." And then he's just like, I told him about you three being on it, and then told him like he's just like not convinced that we didn't start a podcast, or if I told him I did, and then I didn't. So he calls up Scott, and I quickly text Scott saying like, "Don't tell Bowie we have a podcast." It's a joke. Like he's gonna ask if we have a podcast, and like just say we don't, and he's just like, "All right, I'll do it." So Bowie calls him. We're all drunk as fuck. Bowie looks like chatting away with Scott about it, and then he believes Scott that he doesn't, that it was all just a joke, and he goes to me just like, "You fucker! Like, why would you tell this to me and like and lie about it and then say you don't?" Anyway, at the end of his phone call, Scott and Bowie, he's just like, before they hang up, he's just like, "Bowie, I got something to tell you. We actually do have a podcast," and hangs up on him. So then he comes back to me. Scott double crossing me. And I'm just like, he's just like, "Dude, tell me the truth. Do you have a podcast?" And I ended up convincing him that we don't have a podcast.
Oh shit!
So he's all back and forth.
It's really gonna fuck with his head when like several weeks from now you have to ask him like, "Hey, you want to be a guest? We do have a podcast."
Nah, it'll never happen. He's gonna find it organically. Searching up
gay slurs.
Analytics, the highest viewed YouTube video, how people found it were people that were searching in the YouTube search bar penis gay. Those search terms ended up on our one video of our Dear Penis episode with Dweez as the thumbnail.
That's hilarious.
I remember when I used to upload YouTube videos. When you upload a video, though, you could put in a bunch of like keywords to help like people find it when they search stuff. So you just put a bunch of male anatomy in there.
No, it's because the title of it was Dear Penis. Remember Dear Penis?
Oh, true. Yeah. It was episode 9 or something.
Episode 10, man. Yeah. So
right.
I forget why I brought that up.
Yeah, Jesse's stories.
Crazy week.
It's sick, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Fucking
You're just raging this whole week.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy week.
Yeah.
How was your week, Twon? This
Yeah.
is the craziest thing, funniest thing that happened to you
this
in
week?
Ireland. Not this week, Ireland, man. Tell us about
Ireland. We saw Conor McGregor.
I saw that. That was wild, dude. Did you like randomly bump into him? That's crazy.
At the parade, yeah. We ended up in the front row of the parade, and then I was looking like the opposite direction at the parade, and then he was like walked by like right in front of us, and then Brittany was like, "That's Conor McGregor." I was like, "What?"
Brittany noticed him before you.
Yeah, Brittany's got the eye.
Strutting by, and then we like quick ran up, and we were trying to get a picture, but like he was trying to get out of there quick, so we just snapped the selfie. And
hell yeah, dude.
You have like a huge squad, like a bunch of bodyguards around him.
Just like 2 or 3 guys, and then his family. He's kind of like his bodyguard, you know, like
he's his own bodyguard. Yeah.
No one's gonna try and fight.
Probably worship him over there in like Dublin on St. Patrick's Day.
John C. Reilly was there too from Step Brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw a video of him.
I
saw a video of him on Reddit singing like in Irish pubs.
Yeah.
Doing little Irish songs. That's kind of tight.
But
that's sick as fuck.
Yeah, it was sick. We saw like everything: castles, sheep.
What'd you guys eat? Anything good? Any haggis? Get any haggis in that mouth? Huh?
We had really good ice cream there, like banging ice cream.
Really, ice cream.
And then we went to this place for breakfast on the morning of St. Patrick's Day, and we rolled into the place, and the guy was like, "No tea, only Irish coffees today."
Hell yeah, dude!